One of the great features about Visual Studio Code is that you have the ability to create snippets and extensions to make the experience of your Visual Studio Code the way you want it. In this Thursday Nugget, we're going to look at how you can create a snippet that will help you enforce performance rules across your extensions for Business Central. Well, let's get started. So to create our snippet, we go to our Visual Studio Code, we go to our command prompt, and we write user snippet. We choose the preference configure user snippets. We say we want to create a new global, or we can create a snippet for our project as it is, but we'll create a new one for the global here. So new snippet, give it a name, let's call it performance. Now, as you can see, it gives us a template of how you could define your snippet. You have your scope, which is what it should be used for, if it should be used in JavaScript or it should be used in AL in our case. A prefix, which is what you're going to write when you want this snippet to be activated. Here you write the body, which is what it's going to insert, and here you write a description. Well, let's just take this and paste over here. So what I've created here is I created a scope where it's AL. My prefix is a table performance, and as you can see, the body is just a table. What I've added is I've added the compression type. Now, the compression type is something you can use for performance to tell the SQL server what kind of compression level you want on your table. Now, I would highly recommend that you take a look at the performance guides, and I'll also put a link in the description on how you can use compression type. Down here we created a performance record, or report. But once again, my prefix, and this I've added the data access intent. I have written the read write. Again, this is for performance. I have added a description down below on what kind of data access intent there are. But the read write means that you both want to read and write in this operation. You could put it to read, which would mean that it would actually only read from the replica, thereby not hammering down on your production database if you're only doing read operations. However, you still have to remember that even though you're doing read operations in a different database, you should still do performance code. Now, let's say I want to save this. And we create a new file here. New file. Something AL. And we got our table performance, and it works just like any other snippet. As you can see, this is very simple to do, but it's very powerful because it will let you, first of all, say best practices. We should always define this, even if we're not using it. We should always tell people that we have actually thought about what kind of compression type we want to use. Also, if you have, for example, a very good way of doing web service, you can also create a snippet for that, which means that you can just write whatever web service, and we generate a template for you to create web services. This means that you can have a whole backlog of different snippets, which will make working in your team much easier because it's be the same across the whole platform. And once you have created enough snippets and you think this is a very powerful pack, you can either create an extension that you deploy onto the marketplace, so you share with everyone like Waldo has done, or you can create a local extension that you tell your team you install this when you're working on this project, and you don't have to think about prefixes, you don't have to think about whatever, because all of this is already set up if you're using our snippets. Well, that was it for this video. Let's get back to the final thoughts. As you can see, it's very easy to create your own snippets. With these snippets, you can easily enforce some kind of design patterns you want across your organization. And you can also use it, as you can see here, to enforce your performance design patterns. Well, that was it for this video. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and goodbye.